I'm here talking to Shom. She's the filmmaker behind White Bee, film competition in Nice. Congratulations, welcome.
Thank you.
Lovely to see you again. Always the first question. Can you tell us the synopsis of this film, what the film's about?
Okay, it's about a story about a couple, they're in their 40s, I assumed, and they are ready to get a divorce. But it so happened that
it's right at the end of their relationship, or you think it's right at the end?
It so happened that the man is not ready. The woman is ready, but the man is not ready.
And what's interesting is, these are from stats that I've read, often when push comes to shove, you find that the men are more reluctant than the men too. That's actually quite interesting.
Yeah, actually for me to write a script from a man's point of view, it's completely a script from a man's point of view. And what I always noticed about men is that they're very vulnerable. They have the physical appearance of being very strong, and they are somehow built by the society by telling them you are really strong, you can do it. But at the end of it, it's men who really can't do it. They break down. Mostly they break down. There are very few men who really don't break down. They break down with the collapse of, they like to have the stability. They more require the stability than a woman.
Right.
So for me, when I wrote this, I wanted to talk from a man's point of view.
Why did you decide to write and then film it? Was there a particular reason?
The reason being trying to know men more, because I knew, and it's more like a challenge for a woman to write a man's point of view. That was, I think, the triggering point. That being a woman, why not I write? You know, that triggered me.
And I hope you don't mind me saying that your films, the films that I've seen, it's quite interesting and they're quite psychological. There seems to be a theme that runs through this. You know, Hopscotch, and I know we've talked about that before, that breakdown by the woman, her performance is incredible. But this theme seems to run through, not necessarily the same subject matter, but even so, a disintegration in either a conscious or subconscious way. And I'm quite interested to know why, because let's be honest about it, you could write a rom-com, couldn't you? Perhaps you haven't written a rom-com, I don't know. But you could do. It could be a science fiction horror, but you seem to, there must be a reason that you keep coming back to look at the darkness in people's lives.
Yeah, the thing is that I think I am very interested about the psychological journey of human being. So in this film also, when you see the man breaking down, I put a contrast to the woman. The woman is just like, what are you talking about? I mean, I'm ready, completely ready. And she was like, completely lack of emotion towards that man. So this contrast of emotion, I really liked it. And I like to do this psychological journey of man-woman relationship, where there can be such conflicting emotion. And it's not that the woman is not understanding that man is breaking down. She's understanding.
But
she was holding to her own pillar, you know.
Yeah.
So these kind of things actually excite me. I mean, what will I do otherwise? Tell me, if I have to make a film, I need to have something I find, because I'm self-motivated. I need to have something which will motivate me, motivate with the audience. I can trigger the feeling of the audience. Like I remember in India when I showed the film to few people, men especially, they said, "Oh man, oh shit." So we are actually not behaving well with the wife. So they
we deal with it in a different way.
Yeah.
And we find it difficult to cope with it on certain instances.
So suddenly they got scared. They just got scared. And they're young men in the sense, they're 35. So they're married for like 5-7 years, something like that. They said, "Oh my God, I have to really pay attention to my wife now."
Look after her, yeah. Now you could have filmed this, forgive me for saying, it could have been in a hotel room, it could have been in a bar, it could have been in a closed set, but you chose, I know Obviously,
outdoor.
I know you love Nice. I know that.
No,
But did you choose that not just because it's a nice location? Was there a particular reason to add to the story?
Yeah. I chose the outdoor because of the fact that because it's a very very emotional story, and I could have done it in a small space.
Yeah.
But the thing is that I wanted to give a depth to that emotion, to the contrast to that. They actually had a good life.
Yeah.
Nobody's complaining, but inwardly she was complaining. Inwardly she was unhappy. She never showed that she was unhappy. She was trying to accept the man's way of life. But then she decided that's the reason I had to show outside their life, their really good life they're enjoying.
Because she's kind of moved on in terms of she's accepted, hasn't she?
She has accepted.
He can't really let go.
He can't accept.
And where did you?
And where I use this dialogue, like the man is saying that, did you date that guy I suggested? So he's still thinking that he has the power on this woman. And the woman is saying, come on, grow up.
I've gone.
Grow up. I have moved out.
I've gone, yeah.
I've moved out. You grow up. You don't try to hold that power on me. You don't have it anymore.
And where did you find the two leads?
Okay, so this guy whom I found, he actually acted in a few of my theaters.
Yeah.
And I found him in India. And he suited the role very well. And I knew. And this woman I found through Facebook. I'm a great Facebook hunter for roles for actors and actresses. So I found her in Facebook. I found her to be very perfect for my role. I auditioned her. She's London based, auditioned her, and we just put things together. She just came down to India, and then we had a rehearsal. Because I wanted to make them feel comfortable with each other, and then we came to France, and then we shot the film all over France.
Did you kind of guerrilla film it? And what I mean by that is, obviously you knew what you wanted, and did you just find a location with them and just say, we're shooting here today, or had you checked it out and then right?
Yeah, I did check it out. Which are the locations I'm going to shoot them?
Because it would be funny. Nice is so beautiful. God forbid, there's millions of places you could shoot, isn't there?
Yeah.
I'm sure you could go out today, walk down Promenade and go, this is fabulous, let's shoot, you know.
Yeah, no, I did a location scouting, I did that. I knew exactly where I have to do it. Recce was done, but I told them, I gave them a theme when they were shooting, because it was a guerrilla shooting all over.
It was, right, okay.
Yeah, and we have to be very safe when you're doing it, because we should not make it obvious that we're shooting. But I gave a brief, this is what I want out of you.
Yeah.
And so they understood. My DP, he's a award-winning cinematographer and director. So he knew what he wants to do.
Yeah.
And my actor also, he is actually a creative director of Ogilvy India. So he is all the time shooting with directors and stuff like that. So he also knew what he wants to do.
How did you get that look, the kind of look that you... It's very difficult to explain to people who haven't seen the film, but it does sort of pops out the way that... I mean, that might be down to the location, I don't know, I haven't got a clue, but it does have this lovely quality to the way it was filmed. Was that a deliberate... I mean, is that down to you? And I don't know how you collaborate on these things.
I do not know, in the sense that I explain everything to them. I tell them this is the location. Actually, when they were shooting on location, I wasn't there. I was away from the camera. I was having an eye what they're doing, of course, but away from it, because I gave my DP is an award-winning director and cinematographer. I told him this is what I want. So somehow he understood what I want, and I let them go. I said, this is the script, and you people please act according to the script.
Yeah.
So DP was talking to them and was directing them in a way that to convey my message, because if I'm there, I will draw immediately attention from the police. Okay, and I cannot do that. I'm shooting, and the fact is that so it was very well tuned. We rehearsed it so well. It was very well tuned what we exactly want, and we don't overdo from any location. So like we wanted to have that was my DP's idea of having a dance. Because he being an American, he wanted a Bollywood kind of a dance.
So that was done ad hoc. It wasn't planned. Is that what you're saying?
No, it was planned in the sense he wanted a dance, but the thing is that when we are doing it, when we are sitting down before the breakdown, before we are shooting, okay, one day we are shooting here, so it was like that. So they said, okay, let's have a dance over there in that location. So when we went there, so I was singing, and the actress was dancing because she needed a song.
Yeah, yeah.
So that is how we did it, and
Because you're not storyboarded, are you?
it was part of the storyboard.
No, you do storyboard.
Yes,
Right,
we did
okay.
I did storyboard.
Right.
I
And
did.
do you do that for all your films? Sorry.
Pardon?
Do you do that for all your films?
I do all from it, all films. I do a storyboard.
Right, okay. Because it's interesting, a lot of filmmakers don't, and a lot of filmmakers do. It's quite a split,
Yeah.
actually.
No, I do a storyboard. I sometimes sketch myself what I want, exactly what I want, how do
Yeah,
I want
yeah.
it. Sometimes I shoot the place and make the characters be there, so that is how I do the storyboard. It depends on how I'm doing, but I always have a storyboard, yeah.
Okay.
It's not randomly setting people out and say, okay, do something, then I'm going to cut it in and edit it. It was not like that.
No,
It
no.
was always like that. Like when we shooting in Monaco for a Christmas shot over there, because we were in the Christmas week here
Yeah.
in Nice. And I knew that Monaco being the casino, there are some 7-8 cameras all over. So if I step down of the car and I'm with my DP Alex, and Alex will tell me, okay, Shom, just look at the frame. I said, all of us will be in gang, go to the jail.
Yeah, you'll be in trouble.
Yeah. So that was the time when we are shooting. I said, you people have to save yourself.
You know Monaco is the lowest crime rate in the world, don't you? It basically does.
Yeah.
So you'd stand out a mile, wouldn't you?
So when I just put them down from the car. They went out, and I said, "This is what I want. Look at this casino. Look at that thing. This is the frame." I quickly shot from my camera, my mobile, showed the frame. This is
So
the
it's all
frame.
bang, bang, bang.
bang,
You've
bang,
got
bang,
to, you've
bang.
got to, yeah.
Exactly. And the moment they got there and they started shooting, 2 police people came. They said, "Okay, what are you guys doing?" So this lady, the actress, she helped. She said, "We just got married and we just wanted to take some shots." So that is how she managed the whole thing. But I knew it's going to happen. So Monaco, we got beautiful shots.
Yeah.
Because
Down into the harbour, or wherever you were shooting, or the castle. I've been there. It's wonderful.
yeah,
And are you happy with the end result? Is pretty much what you wanted.
absolutely, very happy because this is the look I wanted to have. This is how I thought that my film going to shape up, because it's a psychological story, intense story. How I'm going to tell the story to the audience, and I wanted to show the contrast of their life completely.
We should point out that what's fascinating with you is you always have multiple projects on the go. I think I'm right in saying that. So you may have, I don't know how many projects working on right now, but you are constantly working on other projects, and it's amazing really that you can do it, because I don't know how you've got the ability to do that, because I know how time consuming and difficult it is to make just one film. So that tells me that you are permanently looking for ideas, and if you're not looking at ideas, you're actually shooting the ideas you have. So for instance, what's happening right now away from White Bee? How many projects are you working on?
I'm working right now on 10 projects. So in fact, when I was editing this, I was editing 3 more. So I was finishing this edit, finishing some other edit, finishing some other edit. So I was constantly, and they're all different edits. This is something else, others are something else. So constantly my mind is like moving. Right now I'm just writing a script because I got advice by people who are into this industry that I should look into bigger picture, like a bigger commercial picture. So I'm really writing a romantic thriller right now, which I'm thinking of
As a feature?
as a feature,
Right, okay.
as a commercial feature. So, because what you said is right. My mind, I cannot skip my mind. I cannot stop my mind. It has to keep on. moving. Like I was watching films here, I was watching quite a number of films, but whenever I was going up in the room, I say, what a waste, what I'm doing, I'm not doing anything. So constantly I feel that I need to do something,
yeah.
Otherwise I feel my time is wasted.
You can't sit still, can you?
I can't sit still.
Okay. Listen, that was wonderful.
Thank
you
you
very
so much.
So lovely to speak to you.